Hello and welcome to a bit of a strange start to my first episode in this playthrough or MyClub PES 2021 building. I say it's a bit of a strange intro, and that's because I almost didn't make this series or start this series because I was struggling to find a match. So much so that I played a CPU game to start with and didn't really enjoy it. Uninstalled the game, thought I'd give it another chance, reinstall the game, and so this is where we are. Obviously we've opened up a couple of packs, but the idea of this is that I'm playing this game without spending any money on packs or players or anything. Just doing it off of what you earn through the game. I'm even playing the light mode as well. So as you can see here, here's the initial team that I've got. Mbappe on a timed promotion there. The first player that you get, I went with Mbappe. And then I've luckily got a Cristiano Ronaldo as a left winger, and also Godin as the central defender there. So quite a interesting start for a two-star team, and I think that's why I couldn't find a game, is because it is just a two-star team. So we played one CPU game, which obviously we won, and then luckily I've managed to start picking up online games. So what I'm going to play through here for you is the first 3 online games and opening up a couple of packs out of the coins that we've earned, and then also making a couple of bids which we will then probably pick up in the second episode. Hopefully you enjoy this. It will just be the few highlights, and let's see how I do with the early development, not spending any coins, which most people do in this game, to unlock players. Let's go. So here we've got the first opponent. Obviously they've got a few extra players in there, also with a Cristiano and a Fakir and a Mura. Not really too worried about this. It's a two-star team, but let's get into the gameplay and see how the game turned out. Okay, so we're into our first game here. Obviously a two-star game, and let's run you through some of the highlights. Playing with tiki-taka and wing-back as my main strategies. And as you can see here, it's a bit of a scrappy game. I forget how weak a lot of these players are, and it's not a very thrilling game to watch, but it is pretty tense to play because you never quite know where the ball's going to go. So here's our first little breakaway here. We got Mbappe and the ball in the middle, and even he is sort of struggling a bit. And I must say that I hadn't played this properly in a little while, so I forgot the controls initially there. So here's our first real chance, a defensive mistake by our opponents. Cristiano puts it into the keeper's hands quite comfortably. And we play it up again to the middle, and Mbappe dancing around. He goes for the top left-hand corner, but it goes over. And again, we've got a lot of space here for Mbappe. Dinks it into the bottom left. Keeper was atrocious there. Into the next highlight, and we've got Cristiano giving a free kick here. And we're looking for the man again, Mbappe, as the ball comes in. He's been well defended there, but flicked away. Flicked straight back to Mbappe, who I thought would have been offside, but I guess it was a free ball, and we are 2-0 up at the half. Going into the second half, and more of the same, really. Poor play from the opponent, and Mbappe dinks it into the bottom left-hand corner to go up 3-0. And that is where we finished this game. The opponent quit out there. And it was at this point that I realised I actually had a token to use and got this guy. I don't actually know him. He's a legend in Japan, apparently. Mura is what I'm going to pronounce that. Apologies if I've ruined that, but I'm going to slot him straight into the team, put Mbappe on the right wing, and put Mura up front. So we're into our second game here, and we are playing against a team similar to us, but they are keeping their star players Ronaldo and Lewandowski on the bench here to start the game. Not sure if that's due to form or not, but this is still a two-star game, and we are well underway here. And Chelsea's blue against our red. I quite like it when the colours contrast that well. There's some strong defence early on. The breakaways still aren't really a viable option, as the gameplay is a bit scrappy with some of these very weak players, of course. Cristiano puts in the ball short for Mura, and it's well saved, but poorly finished. Could have been a debut highlight there. Short free kick by our opponents, and it's comfortably taken there. Very poor defence by myself, as Amura there for them pops it in. And now, I don't know what I was doing here, but got extremely lucky with a crossbar save. Very scrappy defence, and again, lucky to get a deflection, and the keeper picks that one up. Here as we head towards the house, Mura again breaks free and hits it wide. So they could have been a fair few goals up here, and we got very lucky. And that will get close to wrapping it up here. We may have one last attempt at goal for us on the counter here. We're breaking away. They aren't getting men back. We play the ball out to straight down the middle. There we've drawn the defender, and this should be an easy tap in. And it's put ridiculously far wide. I can't believe that. A fair game. They've had a lot more attempts on goal, but 50-50 possession. We need to start creating some chances if we're going to come back from this. As we head into the second half then, you can see the substitutions have been made. Lewandowski is on, as well as Cristiano Ronaldo for our opponents there. So I'm starting to worry a little bit, as we don't really have any substitutes that can come on and make a big impact. But we're on a breakaway again. The ball comes in wide and high and is just missed. Another cross tipped over the bar there by Cristiano Ronaldo. So we started well, even though they've put their big hitters on. And here they go on their attack. First proper attack. It's a great ball in, but the keeper comes out to make the save. Mbappe there just flicking the ball away. And another break. Soric on our left back there. He's made a massive mistake. Luckily, De Pablo messes up his cross and the ball goes out of bounds. So we're going to try and put on some of our substitutions here. We're going to put on De Pablo. We are going to actually put him on the right wing and have Mbappe come into the centre. And this is really where the game changes for us a little bit, because we get some speed out wide, as well as a bit of a playmaker and someone who can actually control the ball inside. A nice little shot there, but easily taken by the keeper. Here we see our substitute, De Paulo. He's made a great attempt there, and Mura slams it into the top left. What a great robbery there. And here we go again. Mura tapped it on to an open Mbappe. He is very tired, so he tries to give it back to Mura, who unfortunately doesn't have the speed. De Pablo keeps hold of the ball though, flicks it back, but unfortunately this attack goes nowhere. And now the opponents are on a counter here. Lewandowski, but luckily De Pablo on the other team is not quick enough. Again, a nice little 1-2. Mbappe unfortunately couldn't keep hold of the ball with his fatigued state. And again, Mbappe coming through the centre there from midfield, takes a swing as the clock runs out, and we have our first draw, 1-1. A very even match there, especially in the second half. A game of two halves, really. And here we go. We're going to quickly fire through the menus here, because we've picked up some MyClub points, and we are going to spend those MyClub points on an agent. So this will be our first unboxing, and it is a European Legend box. You can see that there are a lot of high caliber players here. But let's find out who we get. We're going to France. We're going to Paris. And that looks like Kimpembe, the central defender. Actually one of my favourite players. Certainly one of my favourite defenders. So we also get a very good goalkeeper and a good left midfielder there, who are all going to make an impact. So here you go, you can see we've slid the goalkeeper straight in, and we're also going to put, I think it's Tate, we're going to slam him into central midfield, as he plays quite well there, 73. So we're going to go into our next game, and this is actually our first 3-star game. We have gone up a level with those 3 players, centre-back, midfielder and goalkeeper. But we've given away we've given the ball away very early there, but luckily managed to defend it quite comfortably with our new defensive line, bullying our way through. So we are being onslaughted here early, but Cristiano makes a breakaway and unfortunately the ball is saved. And another breakaway for Cristiano. This must be a goal. And again the keeper makes his save. Donnarumma does very well there. Cristiano missing 2 early opportunities. And another save. And the ball has gone wide there by Mbappe. So 4 potential goals early on there in the first half, but we are 0-0 going into the second half. A nowhere move there, as you can see. But the ball's been given away by our opponents. We've got Cristiano outside the box. Just beautifully laces it into the right-hand side there as we go 1-0 up. And our defensive line holding very well to any potential attacks. So we're pushing forward again. Unfortunately, the 1-2 didn't quite work there, but the ball is a bit scrappy here. And Tate, trying to get his debut, doesn't quite manage it. From the corner, De Pablo lays it off to Soric, who will have another attempt. But defended, De Pablo gets the ball. And again, back to Soric, who lays it in, but again deflected out for another corner. De Pablo coming in, and again deflected. Another corner. Kimpembe misses the ball. Mbappe! Oh, it's saved off the line by the defender. Unbelievable. De Pablo has another go. Mbappe on the deflection and saved out. It goes for a goal kick. And that is actually the end of the match. We end up winning 1-0 there. A very one-sided match for our first 3-star game. As you can see, 19 shots, 9 on target against none from Barcelona. Very well played. Should have had a few more goals though. And there we can see our results. Ignore the bottom one. That was our CPU match before. So we've got a 3-0 win, a 1-1 draw and a 0-1 win for our first 3-star match. Very happy with that. What we're going to do now is we're going to move on to making a few potential buys for some positions. So centre midfield we're going for first, and we're going to try a bid of 10,000 or 12,000, no, 11,000, sorry. And we're going to see in the next video whether this has been successful or not. No, it was 12,000, I thought so. And then the other position we're going to go for is central defensive midfield, and we're going to put a similar price on that one to see if we can do anything with that. So hopefully you liked this first video. As I go ahead with this video type, hopefully it becomes a bit more consistent and I get a bit more better with my commentary. But hopefully you liked it anyway, and I will catch you in the next episode. Thank you.